Good morning, everybody. Matrix here. It's February 22nd, noon time. We're heading into lunch right now. And here is my afternoon recap or trade recap on the day. As you can see, I have traded Roku today, just on the long side, one trade, a few trades I made. All right, here are my tickets. Okay, and today's recap, this is going to be a longer recap. There are a lot of different lessons that I personally have learned, and this is going to be hopefully people who are watching this will pick up some nuggets, like my usual recap, not just nuggets. Supersize those nuggets today. There are a few points I want to talk about, and I personally am gonna rewatch this and take some notes, pen to paper as well. So I hope you do, and I hope you guys enjoy this recap. All right, so let's get it started right now. Move these out of the way. Roku. Roku had a positive earnings reaction yesterday, and I put this stock on my watch list. And yes, you see a lot of horizontal lines, the resistance and support area I've been marking off today. I was pretty focused on the stock, basically just this one stock. So let's zoom in into my first trade here. Now, the thesis was last night I talked about a long, and if it held some sort of support, the stock is squeezed because the overall short interest on the stock is always above 40 to 50%, right? If you haven't watched already, I do implore you to watch my watch list from last night. Watch me talk about why Roku would come up like this. I did talk about the report being yet another surprise beat. It's a fourth surprise beat in a row, and that has a lot to do with this run-up. Now, first trade here, let's bring in this. I waited at the open. I saw this push, and I was waiting for a dip for the profit takers to come in, and they took profits here and held that dip right at 54.50s. Okay, and when I saw that happening, I was all set, ready for it, and I was watching this little curl action over here. As this curl action, as I was watching the tape come up, I saw the basically 55.50 seller lift, and I got in as fast as I possibly humanly can with my hotkey here. I got in a starter size of 100 shares at 55.60. Okay, on this candle, all these arrows are marked precise to the price. Okay, so right here 55.65, so very, very close. I just lost that window here. Okay, let me bring this down just a tad bit so I don't lose it again. Okay, so I got in, and as it pushed right away, it gave me a whole dollar on this candle. So when a stock gives you a point, you need to take it. So I took half off right away, and then it pushed some more, and it gave me even more profits right here. And it was pretty overextended, in my opinion. This shot up. It gave me basically how much? It gave me $1 from my entry on my first sell, and then it gave me another 50 cents, so I sold another half, and then it gave me one more try at the 50-cent mark here. So basically took $1, took another 50 cents, and then another 50 cents here, and I took the trade right off at 9.35. Basically, this is the bulk of my P&L right here. This trade alone was $140 or something like that, or 150 bucks on 100 shares. Okay, so I took that off. I was personally very happy with this. A little bit in shock and awe, knowing that I only took so little shares and I made that much money already within the 1 minute time span. So as you can see, I kind of sat and just watched the stock and I did not want to give back my profits. So as it came back up, I marked off this 58 area. I saw it break out 58. Okay, and then I was looking for another entry, basically a scoop and a higher low. I was waiting for all these indicators to line up. So from right here, when it reclaimed the 9 EMA, it clearly held above the $58 mark, as well as breaking out this previous high here where it held. This is where I made my second entry right here. And the time is 10:07. Okay, I took 25 shares because I didn't want to give back any of my profits that I made this morning. So I started in small size, right? So I got in right here, 25 shares, and I waited. And once it gave me another dollar here, I basically took it right off. Now, in essence, I don't really have to take it right off. I could have, looking back at this, I could have added here when it held this little pullback. I could have added and press it some more, but I didn't. I basically took the trade right off here at 10:16:33 a.m. for almost $1 gain, a 90-cent gain right here. So once again, when the stock gives you a point, you take that money. All right. Now, while I was sitting through all this, I was kind of hesitating on making another trade because the morning hour, the first morning hour is over. And here is what I want to talk about: time of day. A lot of traders talk about trading in different time of days, right? For me, I look at the trading day in three parts, right? There is the first hour, hour and a half, which I call the open. So up until around the 10:30 area is the open. And personally, for me, this is a very personal guide. For me personally, this first part of the trading hour, this opening, is where a lot of my trades happen and where I'm most profitable. Looking back at my own reviews, right? Statistically, for myself, this is where I'm most profitable. So from here, my sizing is always going to be at max tier size. For me personally, right now, my max tier size is 400 shares, right? So each tier is 100 for me. And then I would scale up into 400 if the trade is going really well. Coming into this here on this second trade, I only took 25 shares, mainly because I didn't want to lose any of this profits right here. So I started in small. And as the stock was coming out of the first hour of the day, I basically just took it right off. Now, sitting through all this, we are heading into the second part of the time of day, which I call lunchtime. And statistically, for me, lunchtime from here around 10:30, 11, so the start of early lunch, statistically for me, anywhere from here up until the 2 p.m. area, my trades have the least probability to win. So from here, I size way down. That's how I usually manage my risk. And I reduce my tier sizing, and my max would be 100 shares. Okay, so each tier would probably be 25 shares for me on a stock like this, and I would go up 4 steps to 100 shares max. And I was sitting throughout all this, and I was contemplating and watching this stock go, and I was contemplating on whether I want to trade it or not. As you can see, I really hesitated and didn't want to trade, mainly because I have made such a good profit here in the morning. And then as I was sitting through this, I was thinking to myself, hey, if I am going to be a professional trader in the long run, okay, I need to be able to capitalize not just the first hour, but in all time span. I need to reduce my size, but I still need to trade not so much as need to have to trade, but I need to grow as a trader and capitalize when the market offers me prime opportunity. And looking at all this run right here, this is opportunity missed. This not taking any action here, this in itself to me was a big mistake if I were to become a professional trader, in my opinion. Like this Roku today is basically absolutely free money. It's gold, in my opinion. And to just sit back and not take this opportunity by the balls, to me, is a big mistake. So coming over here, I took the third trade, and I basically gathered myself and I took this third trade, and I'm basically forcing myself to learn and grow as a trader. So on this, I took in, I bought the breakout of this area right here, Roku. Overall, it's a very bullish chart, right? So the directional bias is pretty much a given. It's a long for the day. I bought here at 62.32 as I saw it held 62, right? And then I was seeing it hold this area at 62.20s as well. So as it broke out, I bought it, and I used 25 shares, and my stop was a little bit under 62.20. Okay, in a sense, it could be too tight, but I liked it because I saw on the tape, I saw a lot of buyers coming in around the 62.20 area. And as the offer, the sell side got taken out, I just got in long on 25 shares as a starter size right here. And I was anticipating a breakout. My target here was, I was thinking maybe 63 or 65. I was looking on the daily chart, marking off the next level of resistance, right? So I got in short, I got in long, small size. I was anticipating for a breakout, but obviously the stock reversed here at 62.50, and it stopped me right out. Once the stop out happened, I'm thinking, okay, it's selling pretty hard. I'll try to catch a dip here. It might come right back up. This could just be a pullback. Okay, so as I saw this stock coming right back down, I saw this massive volume here at 1127. It was holding a level of, I was eyeing down basically 61.50. Okay, so the $0.50 mark right about here. Okay, so I was waiting for the sell-off to be done. This to me is seller's exhaustion with massive volume right here. And once the stock started going green and it recovered the 61.50, I got in long once again right here at 61.57 at 11:28 a.m. on this candle. And my target was the 62.50, the target, the highs. My thinking was, I was thinking whether the stock would hit this 62.50, double top and fall, or hit this 62.50 and then break out. But anywho, the target was 62.50, so I got in long, and my stop was a little bit underneath this red candle right here. Okay, so on this 25 shares, as I was holding it, I was watching it bounce, and then this little breakout of 62 was pretty key in my opinion. I was anticipating a breakout, a reclaim of 62, and then a rip. I was also on the phone talking with a friend of mine, and I was telling her that if it reclaimed 62, I would add into my size and press this trade and run it back up to 62.50. Unfortunately, it failed here. And then I was still sticking to my plan. It bounced right off on the low of this candle at 61.42, still above my stop. And from here, I was thinking, okay, quick double bottom, and it could work. So it literally bounced right off this quick double bottom. Okay, and from here, I saw the test of 62 again, a drop and a hold. I saw the bids holding at around the 61.70s area. So I had that mentally marked off 6170s. I believe it's around this area. Okay. 6170s, if I have it correct. Yeah. Okay. So I saw a lot of buyers coming in at the 6170s. Okay. And on this breakout of the 62, I added in another 20, I added in another 50 shares right here at 6203. Okay, so there were a few key components here. There was heavy buyers coming in, holding up the stock right here that I noticed while I was watching the tape. Um, it hit my thesis of a breakout of 62, and it was looking like it was going to go. So I got in right here, I added in, and it turned out to be a fake out. Okay, so it kept fading. Once I added in here, my average instead of 61.57 was brought up to 61.87. So with that said, now my new stop was I gave myself a very tight stop after I added. I gave it to 61.77. So this area right here, and it failed, and I stopped out right here. Now this, in a sense, is too tight of a stop out. Okay, but once I added in, that increased my risk. Too tight of a stop out. It didn't even break out or break down from where I saw the huge buyers right here, or buyers stacking right here at the 6170, right? So I stopped out a little too early, and then it bounced right off, making a higher low. And then eventually now, I mean, we're looking at this in real time. Now it's broken out of 62. So another key nugget that I would pick up from here is I'm learning how to press a stock when it gives me opportunity and where to add, right? So I do like this starter size add-in. This is a prime, very fantastic entry in my opinion. I do like it when I held through this and sticking to my plan. I do like it that I recognize this is a quick double bottom, and I enjoyed it very much that I recognized that there were big buyers coming in here at 6170s. My one mistake that I made throughout this trade was the add-in here. I should have waited for the 62 to break out and prove that it held 62 before I added in. Had I waited, I would have still be in the trade, and my average would still be at 61.57. And you know what? This is now the prime spot to add, in my opinion. And recognizing that there are higher lows forming right now. I mean, let me draw that off for you from the double bottom and then higher low. Recognizing that this stock is still strong, I still think throughout lunchtime it's going to eventually grind up to the 62.50 area. This is where I should have pressed it and grind it up to 62.50 where I pay myself. So I hope you guys learned something here today. I sure as hell learned something. And personally, this is going to go into my archive, my highlighted archive in my YouTube channel. If you enjoy what you watch, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, watch this over and over again, because I know I will. From here, I mean, looking at this thesis, I was talking about the time of day, right? So we talked about the first part of the time of day at the open, where my max size is 400 shares, and I would split it into 4 tiers of 100. And then we talk about lunchtime, so anywhere from here all the way down to 2 o'clock, 2:30 area, my max size is 100 shares, and I would split it down into 4 tiers of 25 shares. And then from 2:30 to the close, that's the power hour. Okay, I did statistically, I do have good success at that time frame, but I don't have as much success as I would during the open. So I would reduce my max size to maybe 200 shares and then shrink my tier size to 50. So basically that's how I would manage my size throughout the day if I'm going to be trading the whole day. If you Once again, that's my recap, and I hope you guys enjoyed what you watch. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Share this video. It's free content. this in itself, I think it's probably one of the better recaps that I've made personally. Now, as you guys all know, I am part of Trick Trades. My mentor, Trick, he is on vacation right now. I mean, when you are a fantastic mentor and a trader, you do deserve some sort of a vacation from now and then. This guy works so hard. I followed him for over a year and a half, and he has never taken a day off. So finally, he's taking a vacation. He'll be in Costa Rica, and tomorrow he will continue, or on Monday, he will continue his fantastic education with us. If you are considering looking for a mentor or turning your trading around, definitely consider joining us here at Trick Trades, where we do not let anybody fail. Well, we do let people fail if they choose to fail, but this in itself is a fantastic community where all the moderators and all the traders, both newer traders and the more advanced traders here, help every single member out. Yesterday, I had a recap of me trading CAR, and I posted the live video of my trade. And one of the members here basically watched my video and gave me a lot of good feedback as well. So I'm very grateful for that member. His name is Jesse Jack. He took the time to watch my recap video and gave me some good feedback. So all in all, Trick Trades, fantastic community. If you need a discount to get into Trick Trades, it's all in my video description links. So check that out. And I'll see you guys all bright and early on Monday. Have a great day. Bye.